little bit about a software that we developed as part of the TDI. Some of you might be familiar with the Technical Diversification Initiative here at MRI. So I want to start off say, who here uses math in their work? Anybody? Raise your hand. Work math? Anybody? Yeah, yes. Math. Okay. So do you all, has anyone worked on a project either themselves or worked as part of a team where you developed a equation or a model for your client, where your end result was, hey, you're going to have some inputs, here's this equation that's generating outputs for you. Anybody open to share? Can you share an example of that?
Just on spreadsheets where I had to do equations, yeah.
Right, so in the transportation group, that's the bulk of what we do. Okay, so we all drive around on the roadways, right? We know what roads are and highways, how they work. Well, there are a lot of components to how a roadway is built that affect the safety of that roadway, how the roadway moves traffic, and in the transportation group what we do is we study those things and we create models. So, for example, we're going to talk about an example here of a safety predictive spreadsheet. Okay, and so this was a model that was developed here at MRI, and we put in parts about the roadway. Okay, you tell us how long the lane width is, how wide the lanes are, you tell us what the traffic is like, and we calculate for you how many crashes is that roadway going to have on it. Okay? Now, what we've traditionally done, what do you all do in a project where you generate an equation like this? What would you do with that equation typically? Go ahead and just shout it out.
Copy and paste and put it in every spot.
Put it in a report, right?
You gotta test it, verify, validate.
Yep. Once it's right,
cross-validate.
You deliver it to the client in a printed report. Okay, so whose clients are excited about getting out their calculators and their slide rules and doing all those arithmetic themselves, right? Nobody wants to do that. So usually we deliver it in terms of a spreadsheet, okay? And that's kind of nice, it's convenient. What it lacks is a little bit of professionalism, and that's what this project is all about. We've developed a professional way for you to deliver to your clients these algorithms so that they can just put their inputs in, we'll calculate their benefits, and there they are displayed right for them. So this is what the software we came up with here. This was developed by me, Glenn Sherb, and myself. He works in the software group here. And you can see it's a pretty simple layout, but it also can be very professional. I hope you'll notice, it's hard to see on this screen, but this icon here was developed by the Creative Resources Department here at MRI. And so we can put MRI's, you won't see it, but when you open it, a big splash screen that shows MRI's logo and all of our colors. These are all things that we can control within our own software. Okay, an Excel spreadsheet really doesn't allow you to do that. So just very quickly, I'll kind of skim over this here. If you all aren't traffic engineers, you may not care. But what this software does is lets the user put in all those roadway characteristics we talked about, okay, the lane width and shoulder type, all these things. And when they click calculate, it displays for them right there on the screen. And so they're able to use that result in their to create a report, so they can save it, print it out, take it to a meeting. They can also output it into a database. So this would be where maybe an agency wants to know, of all my roadways in this whole area, what's the safety benefit of each little piece of that roadway? And what could I do if I changed all my lane widths so that they were all 11 feet? If I improved every single roadway, what would my crash patterns look like now? And so it provides just a lot more use out of that equation, right? We don't want to do research and have it just go into a manual somewhere and never be used. What this software allows us to do is get that research into the hands of the people that are really using it, and they're able to use our research to accomplish the end mean, right? Like, we don't just do research for research's sake. So to the next slide. What we're doing next. So I'll kind of go forward. We'll talk briefly about the 3R project. What we need to do now to move this TDI forward, to move this capability that we've invested money into forward, is to identify those projects where this capability is valued. And there are a lot of opportunities across the Institute for that. We need to know what they are, and we need specific programs to look at. And so what we're going to be doing next is a search. Where are those projects where these algorithms might be developed, where these models are happening, and can we plug in with them? Can we show you what we've done and kind of take it to the next level? We built this software in such a way that it could be kind of a framework, and so we can take what's been built and spend some more TDI money. We're in process for TDI 15, and spend a little bit of that money to kind of pilot it for you, for the goal of, okay, project manager says, this looks awesome, let's go, and we start using project funds on it and start delivering things to clients, which in the end is what we all want, MRI to grow and be more profitable and deliver better solutions to our client. So my last slide has the budget, and this is, I wanted to highlight this for a specific reason. I think this is one of the greatest benefits of this project. You can see, as far as TDIs go, the budget is quite small, and we really haven't spent that much of it. And we've had to do all the front-loaded work, okay? So if we are to pilot this for another project, it's going to be even substantially less than that $7,500 price tag to be able to prove that this is valuable and get the project on board. And again, then we're using project funds to better serve the client. So main conclusion for you all, please be thinking about what capabilities this might be applicable to in the future. If any project comes to mind, definitely would love to sit down with you for a 15-minute conversation, talk about what we could do, and get plugged in with those projects and move the company forward. Appreciate your time.
Good.